Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a mod for the Ibishu Covet called the Ibishu Covet. You notice the thumbnail looks a little bit different, but here the thumbnails all look the same. Let's just go ahead and spawn this up so you can see what it looks like. And then for comparisons, we're probably also going to spawn up another Covet. But first, here's a look at this thing. It is an itty-bitty Covet. It is so tiny and cute. You just have the front two seats and then basically itty-bitty trunk that is just big enough to fit the rear wheels. And for comparisons now, we're going to spawn up the regular Covet right next to this thing so you can see just how much smaller it is. It's basically the size of a normal Covet without the trunk. It is a small vehicle, so lining them up like that, you can see the size difference and about where it gets chopped off. So it's like right at the rear seats, just gets chopped off, and everything gets to be moved forward. So let's go ahead and drive this thing around a little bit and kind of go about how it drives. It actually doesn't drive really wacky or anything like that. Like I thought the wheelbase would be so short it might feel really weird, but it doesn't. It actually just kind of feels like a normal Covet, but a little bit more twitchy. Like I can round corners a little bit more crazily like this. And since we have such a short wheelbase, it's a little bit easier to do it in this one versus a normal Covet. Like this actually feels more sporty than the equivalent regular Covet. And I'm not sure if that's because of the weight difference or if it's because of the shortened chassis or if it's a combination of both or what. But anyways, let's go ahead and crash this thing. Got a nice pull right there and beautiful. Nice amount of slow motion. And you'll notice when it crashes, some of the parts will turn silver and I don't know why. And there's a bird over there just that apparently came out of that car and it's just bouncing all over the place. I don't know what piece of the car that actually was, but this can't drive, so we'll go ahead and reset it. And now I want to try a side impact with this thing, so let's just go ahead and drive it for a little bit until we can get up to speed, and then once we're up to speed, we'll slide into whatever's in front of us. So we're not going fast enough yet. We gotta wait a little bit longer. Oh, but look what I could do because I have such a small car. I feel really normal just driving through an alley like that. Like it feels not abnormal at all. Normally I'd feel weird driving through that with a normal car. Not this one. Even though it's normal width, it's so short it doesn't feel weird. Alright, so now we're up to speed. So let's just slide this thing. Oh no, I hit the curb. I didn't think I was gonna hit the curb. Okay then, well, we're gonna try that one more time. At least we got another front impact to look at, I guess. Gotta be careful for the curbs here. Try to go a little bit faster this time. Maybe bring it up to like 80 miles per hour. I think we could get to 80 by the end of this road right here. Gonna be close to 80. There we go. Wait, 80 miles per hour. Okay. Now we slide it, and this should be a good impact here. We'll do 100 times slow-mo from above. I think that's gonna be the best angle to watch this. You know, the whole thing is shifting. Ooh, those bumpers, that's what looks like a bird at sometimes. I think it's just the bumpers. They kind of take off for some reason. We lost both of the wheels. Some of the body parts went silver. And I can no longer do anything in its current state. So there's just a quick look at it before we go ahead and bring it back up to here. And how about we have a rear impact now? So I'll just let this thing kind of roll down the hill a little bit at a reasonable rate of speed as we spawn something else to crash into it. So we're going to go with the drag version of the Moonhawk because that thing should be able to hit it at a nice high speed unless I accidentally fly over it. Hopefully it's still going in a straight line. Let's see. A little crooked, little crooked. Go ahead and fix this just a bit. How is my Moonhawk? Perfectly aligned. All right, here we go. Impact into the rear. Oh, the bumper's already kind of messing up right there. You saw that. But it's okay. We hit the car. The bumper's gone. And then let's go ahead and go to the Covet and see if it'll still drive after that. Kind of got upside down a bit. No, don't crash into those holes over there. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, so the rear wheels have been shifted a little bit, so I don't think it'll drive too straight. We're leaving skid marks everywhere we go, but we can still move. Like, we're going a solid 30 miles per hour up a pretty steep hill. So definitely drivable, which might mean it's ready for round 2. Go ahead and stop it right there. How's this guy doing? He's a little bit upside down, isn't he? We'll fix that up, no problem. And oh, wait, nope, not yet. There we go. We'll go to the Covet, which should be over here. Just follow the skid mark it left. As I leave my own skid mark trying to get to it. Just gotta make sure I don't overshoot it. There it is. And full speed. Not gonna exactly hit it into the rear now, but close enough. We did some more damage to it. That's all that mattered to me. That was more of a side impact almost. And again, the drag car flips over. How's this guy doing? Alright, he is completely immobilized after that impact. And it's even shorter than it was before. It is ittier and bittier. Okay, so I'll reset this and we're gonna do something stupid. We saw what happens when we crash into the rear of it. What if we crash into the front and the rear of it simultaneously? Yeah, we're going to make this thing so small, it's going to be ridiculous. So we'll just park this right here. And we need to spawn up the crushers. We're just going to use 2 Wentwords because I'm sure they will work perfect for that. And I guess we'll use the city version here. Really doesn't matter too much in this situation. Maybe we'll get a city and another one. That way we have a nice variety between them. Wait a minute. Actually, did I just replace? Okay. I thought I replaced the Covet with the bus. It just squished. That means I have absolutely no idea where this next bus is going to end up at. So we'll just see what happens. Give me a zebra. And it's probably going to end up like in the building or some nonsense, right? Oh, it's inside of my bus. Okay. All right. We're going to put one bus. Let's make it simple. We'll put one bus up here. And it's in completely the wrong direction, isn't it? No, it's okay. I just got disoriented because of the angle it was at. We'll get the other bus, which is the city one, and we're going to drive it with the Covet inside of me. I don't care. We'll do it with the Covet later. First, we're going to get down this hill, and one bus is not going to be going very fast because it's going to be going uphill, unfortunately. So I got to give it a lot of room to actually get up to speed here. Hopefully, this will be enough, I'm thinking. So do a little bit of a 180 right here. Oop. The car stuck inside of me makes it a little bit harder to maneuver. Not significantly, just a bit. So we'll go ahead and park it there, save the spot. Then we're going to go back to the car, and we're going to put the car in between the 2 buses. That's the car. I went too far. There's the car. And we'll put it, let's try right here. And I want a fresh one for this, so we'll reset it. And then I'm just going to tell the AI to come at me from both directions. Hopefully they do this the way I expect them to, and they will smush me between 2 buses. So let's see, is this bus up here working? Yep. And how about the bus down there? How's he doing? Perfect. I just got to find the right location that sits between the 2 buses. We're going to have to move forward a little bit here. A little bit more, a little bit more. There. That's the spot. Wherever it is right now, that's the spot I want to be. We'll go ahead and watch this crash because it's going to be dramatic, but the next one will be even better because it won't be lifted in the air. It'll be smushed perfectly, hopefully. Oh, this is actually going to smush it on its roof. That is not the way I expected that to go. The car is basically vanished at this point. There it is. It's just kind of smushed on the front of the bus. All right. So now we're going to say reset the car right there. That's where it needs to be, is like right there. It's going to take a second for some reason. There we go. Oh, it's vertical. I didn't see that part coming. All right, so reset the car. Tell the AI to stop what you're doing. We'll get the car. Actually, it's kind of funny. The car's standing upright like that. What this car needs is that little like hamster wheel thing. There's like a video that's really popular where somebody did this to a car and they put like a hamster wheel on it. So if you slam on the brakes, it'll flip over. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, if you've seen it or not, but it's like one of those things I almost consider a classic. Anyways, we'll reset the car and reset the buses too, just in case they moved a little bit because they need to be in the exact same spot as before. So now we're going to go ahead and tell the AI to come right at me, and hopefully I'm going to be pancaked pretty close to perfectly in between the 2 buses. As long as they drive the same, it should be very, very close to being centered. It's hard to be exact because there's probably some variation in how the AI drives, but we'll see how close we can get here. It's looking like it's going to be pretty good, though. That is... Well, the bumper exploded for no reason because it was scared. Otherwise, though, that was pretty good timing. That exploding bumper really messed things up a little bit, unfortunately. I almost feel like I should just remove the bumpers on this thing because they're so glitchy, but it did work. We smushed the car again, but it went upwards another time, and I think that's because of the bumpers. So we're going to remove the bumpers and do that again because I'm having fun just smushing this thing with the buses, to be honest with you. So we're going to put this here and then just get rid of the bumpers real quickly. So open up the parts menu, and then we're going to find the front and rear bumper and just say goodbye and goodbye once it loads up. Hold on. There we go. So I'm thinking something's wrong with the J-beam structure for the bumpers. I don't know exactly what happened there, but it just does not work out well. The rest of the car doesn't seem like it's having any major problems, though. Okay. Come at me, buses. I am ready for your assault. So if you see the bus driver, this is what you would see. Oh, wait. That was going to take a while. I was in slow-mo out there. But if you're the bus driver, here's what you would see. Nothing. The car's so small you barely see him. Okay, you would definitely see him eventually, but first you barely see him. There we go, slow-mo activating. How are the buses doing? This is much better than the last one. Okay, that one's hitting just a foot earlier than the other one, but there is no significant difference. This time, the car is staying flat. This is what I wanted to happen the first time, where it gets squished in just the ittiest, smallest thing it can possibly be. That was perfect. Oh, that was perfect. We gotta take a look at the result here. So AI, go ahead and stop it. All right, we're going to move the buses out of the way, and beautiful. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. That's just the perfect outcome I was looking for. It was definitely worth doing multiple attempts because the other ones are interesting on their own, but that one was flawless. Let's go ahead and get away from the buses before they crash into me again. I know I told the AI to go off, but they might become sentient after seeing that last crash and how cool it was and try to duplicate it all over again. One thing we could probably do with this car that might be fun is do a 360 with it because it's such a short wheelbase. It's probably really easy to just kind of spin it around like so. And yeah, that went pretty well, except I gotta do a little bit of a 180 because I don't want to go straight afterwards. I want to go this way. I definitely could have remained in control if I wanted to go straight. Turning afterwards right there was what messed me up. So that it would be a good car for 360s. No problem there. How about going over this bump? Can it do it? Yep, that's fine. I was a little bit worried it wouldn't be able to make it over the curb, but it made it. Got a little bit of airtime going. Airtime probably makes this thing super unstable, so I should avoid that. And let's just have another collision. This one's a head-on one. Shouldn't do nearly as much damage as the last one, but it does compact it just a little bit, mostly compacting where the driver is. He is smooshed from that impact right there. Well, we reset this, get a couple of comparison vehicles out. So like, could we, for example, fit this into the bed of a D series? That sounds like it might be fun. So we're going to grab the D35 Chief Rancher. We're going to put it right next to this. We're going to try to fit it into the bed. Before we do that, we need one more vehicle for comparison's sake. We're going to also grab the Ibishu Pigeon, because I think this thing might actually be smaller than the Pigeon. Like, that sounds crazy because the Pigeon's so small, but this thing is itty bitty. Let's see here. Get the Pigeon up on its wheels. Okay. Now I got the taller one just because it's a little bit easier because it'll be the same height. Try to match them up, I would thought. So we're going to back it up slowly. Come on, back up. There you go. Took it a second to realize what gear it needed to be in. And we'll stop it once they look like they're lined up at the front. That looks pretty good. And yeah, the Pigeon is actually longer with the bumper. You can see it's clearly longer. The fronts are pretty much lined up. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Anyways, let's try to find that Covet, and we're going to put it in the bed of the truck. We're just going to teleport it right here. Yeah, it looks like, well, that's actually weird. The orientation changed. I don't know what caused that. I don't know if it'll stay in there too well, but it would probably fit if I was to really make it. I could definitely use the map editor and make it fit if I was to flip it around a little bit, but I think it's stable like this. We'll try doing some bumps and see if it falls out or not. That'll be the deciding factor here. Oh, uh-oh, it's starting to fall out there. All right, so yeah, we might be doing some map editing on this because it did fall out right there. So we'll reset both of these guys, and I have way too many vehicles up right now, and then we're going to hit F11 to open up the map editor. Once we're in the map editor, we hit J to freeze physics, Shift C to move the camera around separate from the vehicles. We're going to grab the vehicle, we're going to go and make sure we're in the object editor mode. We want to rotate selection, and we're going to kind of place it. Actually, let's try putting it upside down. That might work really good. So we'll rotate it that way, and then we'll also rotate it this way. And we're going to put it up. And then we got to move it. It's kind of hard to move things when the axis is all off-center like this, annoyingly, but we can work with it. Maybe a little bit more up. So that way it'll fall into the bed of the pickup truck, and the hood of the Covet will land on the roof of the pickup. Maybe a little bit more adjusting this way and a bit of a rotation, and that looks like it should do it. So we'll go ahead and hit J to unfreeze physics, and yeah, okay, I like that. Back into the game now. So I have a fun idea. We're going to try to shoot the Covet out of the bed of the pickup truck into the ocean. I think this should be completely possible. I see no reason why this won't work. We just got to make sure we don't accidentally lose the Covet because it is just sitting in the bed of the pickup truck. It's not like it's firmly planted there or nothing. A bump could dislodge it as you see it bouncing all over the place right here. Come on, stay on me. I don't want to do any sudden movements. Hopefully I don't hit the thing right there. Ooh, that was close. All right, we're good. Now you just got to slam into this wall and it'll fly off. Yes, that worked beautifully. It actually flew into the ocean. Oh, that was nice. So we'll bring the truck back up here and then let's find the Covet and see how badly damaged is it. Not really that damaged at all. I mean, all it did was fall into the water and then gently float to the bottom, so I wouldn't be too damaged from that. So we got the car in the pickup again. Let's do a little bit more driving. Let's kind of make it roll out the truck and see what happens to it. Shouldn't be too hard to do. We could probably do it right there. Yep. That is strategic deployment of Covet. Unfortunately, it did not go well because the Covet is upside down. I wanted to land on its wheels and then it could drive off. So let's try that one more time. We're going to do the same exact idea. Like last time, I didn't plan for it to be able to drive off, but then I saw the opportunity to make it drive off, and now I want to do that. Come on, upright, upright, upright. Come on. Yeah, he could drive off technically. I assume. Let's make sure before I start saying things. Can you drive? Can you? Uh-oh, it's not. Is it in manual mode? How did it get into manual mode? When did I hit Q? Back to arcade mode. There we go. So yeah, it can drive. Not well, but it can accelerate and decelerate. That is all that's required for the word drive. Oh, this looks like the perfect place to drive this thing. Yes. Oh, goodness. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But we can fit through here. Perfectly fine. I don't think we can do this with... Oh, no. I was going to say we can't do this with any other car. Can't even do it with this car, apparently. Come on, go slowly, slowly. Bump, bump, bump. Gotta be careful. Don't brake too hard. Because if you do a stoppie, that's how you flip over. Okay, we've made it farther than last time, right? So we only got one more left, and that one looks pretty small, so this shouldn't be a problem right here. Just nice and easy around the corner. Oops. Well, we made it. That's the important thing, is we made it. Now, can we go back up? I don't think we have the ground clearance for it, but we'll give it a shot. No. That is definitely not happening. But what if we got something with a little bit more ground clearance? Like, what if we got the rally version of the small Covet? So we'll go ahead and grab that thing up. Now, the racing versions of this can be a little bit wacky. So you can see like the mud flaps are just floating in the rear, the wing is just floating in the rear, and the roll cage is kind of sticking outside the vehicle, and it's kind of inside the wheels even. Yeah, it's not quite right, but the important thing is, can it climb these stairs? The answer is unfortunately no, it cannot. Now, with the rear looking the way it is, sometimes crashes can get weird. Let's see if anything weird happens here. So looking actually okay on that one. Nothing's weird has happened yet. Let's see that when it hits that pillar. Is it gonna start looking weird here? No, it's actually doing okay. Oh wait, there, you can see, okay, the rear of the vehicle is deforming, but the rear of the vehicle isn't touching anything. It's because the wing is hitting the wall, which is causing the rear to deform, which doesn't make any sense because the racing parts aren't really implemented whatsoever in this mod. It's mostly for the stock version. So let's go ahead and get out of the fancy version here and just go back to a normal one that doesn't have a wing. How about the beater? That might look interesting. The beater version, all dirtied up. Let's see if it still looks dirty or not. Yep, it still looks dirty. Also, before you ask, I have no idea how the door works. Like, it's just, what door? Like, that's the door. That's like a pocket door. I don't understand how you'd get in that car. I guess you go through the window maybe. That's the only possible solution I can come up with. Also, if you have the beater, you're gonna be smelling smoke. It just goes right into the car. That's funny. I guess it's not actually attached to the exhaust anymore because the middle of it was chopped out. So that's great for the drivers. He gets the good smell of exhaust in his face. Alright, crashing the wall. We got the bumpers again. They're gonna freak out maybe. Yep, they're freaking out. Now one of the rear is freaking out at least. Yeah, they do work better when you remove the bumpers and the spoilers and all that. Okay, the game crashed, so I assume that's the game's way of telling me to go to a different map. So here we are at a different map. We'll go ahead and grab the 1.5 LXI. I think that one works perfectly fine. We'll find out once it's visible. Does it have any different spoilers on it? Nope, it's good. And this one actually has different bumpers, so maybe this is the one that'll work better. I don't know. We'll see what happens. First, though, suspension test with the itty-bitty car, and it is miserable inside of there. It is bouncing all over the place, and that was on the easy part. Now it's on the slightly harder part, and it's just breaking the spine of whoever's inside of there. I do not want to be in that car. Alright, into the inside here, and ooh, the inside camera's a little bit messed up. Never tried that one before. It's like in the back seat of the car, even though it doesn't have a back seat. Alright, so here we go, crash. And the bumpers are, actually, it looks like the bumpers are good on this one, so you just don't want to be driving the other one. That one has bad bumpers. Alright. Makes sense enough, I guess. It was just designed for one specific version. The other ones just happened to exist kind of thing. So we'll make sure that's the case, though, by having one more crash. Really impacting the front bumper there. And where's the front bumper? It is perfectly okay there. Alright. Honestly, though, I don't really know if there's much more I can do with this. Like, I could try to do a flip with it. But after that, I think we're going to be done. Because I've pretty much done everything I wanted to do now. I was almost done when they crashed earlier. So let's see. Can we do like a full flipping roll? Yes, we can. That went really well, except the front right axle broke, which means we can't accelerate. Otherwise, that would have been perfect. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this video here then. Till next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.